So, you started your hair journey, your natural hair journey. And now what? What do you do? Stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm back. This is Jennifer with TheWookie Natural. And this video, I'm talking about how, when I started my natural journey, now what? What do I do after I do that? Now, of course, you see the locks in my hair. So how can she talk about a natural hair journey? Well, I've been natural since 2001.
And you're like, wow, some people weren't even born in 2001.
Yes, I started my my natural hair care journey in 2001. And I started it right after I got a nice corporate job. And I started started my natural hair journey. So, what did I do to get started and so that I would not be frustrated? What did I do? I'm going to tell you what I did. I got three things that I did so I would not be frustrated with my hair journey, natural hair care journey. And so just to tell you a little background, I did start my natural hair care journey in 2001. However, I can really relate to those people who were like,
my hair is not straight, and oh my God, and I went back to a perm. Did you hear that? Did you really hear that? I went back to a perm in 2005. After wearing my hair natural for 4 years, I was going through some things, y'all. I was going through some things, and I decided to perm my hair.
What things was I going through, you might say? Pressure to conform. Because remember, in 2001, natural hair was not how popular it is today. And everybody asked, what you doing with your hair? What's going on with your hair? What are you doing with your hair? And of course, we didn't have all the products that we have now to do natural hair. So, especially my mom. Now, my mom is not alive now. But when she was alive, she said, what are you going to do with your hair? She used to call it rusted steel wool, y'all. Rusted steel wool. Okay. It might look a little like rusted steel wool, but she said, what are you going to do with your hair? It's growing out. What are you going to do? Why are you going natural? Why? Your hair looks so much better permed. But the perm was killing it, y'all. The perm was killing my hair. I would always burn. My scalp would always burn. I would always feel like I couldn't breathe when they put it on. I think I was allergic to it. So you start your hair care journey. You free yourself. So how do you stay free and don't get frustrated? Number one, this is the number one thing you should do. Educate yourself. Educate yourself about your hair. Now, when I say educate, I don't mean watch a couple of YouTube videos or join a Facebook group. Those things are fine. Those things are great. Do those things. I'm not saying don't do those things.
Somebody's going to say, you said not to do those things. No.
You can do those things. But educate yourself about your hair. That means you sit down with yourself. You look in the mirror. You look at your hair. You take it from the root and you look at it. And you say, okay, give it a chance to grow from your head. Especially if you've been permed for so many years, you got to give it at least an inch or two to grow out of your head to see what your hair will look like. Because where your hair meets the perm is not how your natural hair looks. You got to wait for your hair to grow out. So that's what I mean by educate yourself, y'all. Educate yourself. Know your hair type. And that's another thing. When I was growing my hair out, they didn't have 4C and 2B and 3C and 3A. Didn't have all that. They didn't have the hair typing system. And hair typing is great. Hair typing is great. It serves a purpose to give you an idea. I do see a lot of people on YouTube and social media saying they have 4C hair, and you don't have 4C hair, girl. You don't. You do not have 4C hair. I have a friend that has 4C hair, and it's very tightly coiled, okay? But most of you guys do not have 4C hair. So let me just say that, number one. But that's what the hair typing system can do. Put everybody into these camps. And then you start to feel some kind of way because your hair is not how this person's hair look or this person's hair looks. You're like, I'm 4C. Oh, woe is me. I'm 4C. Okay. It doesn't matter, y'all. Take care of your hair. It doesn't matter. How I have this book, and I'm going to get up because I keep forgetting to have this book out when I get ready to talk about this hair care journey. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get these books that I want you guys to look at. This is the book. Okay. It's by Pamela Farrell. Let's Talk Hair. It has pictures, all kinds of pictures in it. How to do styles on your hair. It's glossy. It doesn't have color pictures, but it has lots of pictures in here. I highly recommend this book for people starting out. The reason why is because it talks about your natural hair, and it also talks about your starting a lock journey. Okay, so for either one of those, you have to get educated about your hair, meaning you have to know your hair type. Now, we talked about hair type just a minute ago, and I'm not against hair types per se, but I think people put themselves in this box, and I think the hair type is too limiting. Okay, but for is a guide. I think it's a good guide, but I wouldn't like say my hair is 4B, or I wouldn't say my hair is 4A or 4C. I wouldn't say that. This is what I would say about my hair. My hair is coily, curly, coily, in some places kinky. It is not straight. Okay, it is a medium thickness. In some ways, I feel like my hair is super fine because it's really fine. But you see, I have a little curl there. I have a little curl pattern, but it's not like a kink. Okay, I got a coily, curly wave pattern. My hair is medium, fine to medium. Okay, I don't consider my hair coarse. Coarse means your diameter of your hair is big, and fine means your diameter of hair is small. So I think I fall on the fine to medium because I have a lot of hair on my head, but my hair is not thick. I just have a lot. And so then the next thing you need to know about your hair is porosity. Is it high? Is it low? It makes a difference. Okay, how does your hair feel? That's what she talks about in this book. Is it cottony? Is it springy? My hair used to be very springy. So your hair may be one way at a certain point in your life and then change later on. So you need to know about your hair. That's my point. The volume. Is it big hair? Like I have big hair. That's why the Wookie came into play, because me and my daughter have big hair. Whether it was permed, whether it was natural, we had huge hair, y'all. And she has great, beautiful hair, and I just was known by my hair. That's what was known by. And okay, the other thing is shrinkage. Shrinkage is very real. So when you're getting to educate yourself about your hair, you need to know all those things. Your hair type, thickness, porosity, volume, and shrinkage. You need to know all about that, not just the one hair type. So in veins with that and educating yourself, I have this other book. It's called Hair Story. And it's written by these two ladies in the back right here. And I know you can get this on Amazon. And it talks about our hair care history. So you want to know why you feel that way about your hair. Why do you want to get a perm and keep a perm? There's some women that will never let their hair go natural. Why do you feel that way? Why? There's a reason, and it's in this book, okay? This other book called Good Hair. This was made into a documentary. I think this some of the same ideas about your hair. And again, this is very easy read, y'all. This has pictures too. And she talks about different styles and what you need to use for your hair. I'm pretty sure you could get this on Amazon. I've had this book for years as well. This is another book by the same author called Plaited Glory, okay? And there's another book called Natural Hair that I have, and I don't know where that particular book is, but I believe you could get these all on Amazon. I think I got them on Amazon when Amazon was just starting up, or I got them from Barnes and Noble or something. So these are great reads for going on your natural hair care journey. This book also talks about locks as well. I believe one of these books talks about locks too. Yes. Yeah, this book talks about locks as well. So that's great. And then finally, this I definitely got from Barnes and Noble, y'all. Okay, you know when you first walk in and they have all these books that are out there and they're like fairly cheap and you can get them. This caught my eye because how you build your hair from the inside out. And so that's what Pamela Farrell talks about in this book as well, is that if you have dry hair, are you drinking enough water? Are you eating enough healthy food? Because that's what's going to make your hair grow. Now, some people use supplements, you know that. But the first thing is to educate yourself about your hair. That is the very first thing. And I'm going way over time on this video, but I figured let me really get into it. The second thing you need to know is products. Now, me personally, because of when I started, I'm not big on product ingredients. However, I'm becoming more so as I get older because I don't want a whole lot of chemicals on my hair. However, I realize that sometimes your hair performs better with chemicals, certain chemicals. So I'm not going to tell you what chemicals you should avoid and what you shouldn't use. But when you're doing your hair care journey, you do want to think about product buildup, whether you're starting with locks or with natural hair. Because I remember
I'm averse to hairdressers. I'm just going to be honest. I'm averse to hairdressers because I started going to the hairdresser like at 6 or 7 because I had a perm at 6 or 7. And so the length of time you have to sit in the chair and you feel like a piece of meat being moved from the hairdresser's chair to the wash bowl, and then you got to wait, and then you got to get under the dryer. It's just too much rigmarole. too much drama to go to the hair salon. I just stopped years ago. I would go once a year, and I would go to one girl, and sometimes they saw my hair because, like I said, I'm a Wookie, so my hair is big and thick, and so they see me coming, and they didn't want to do my hair. Women, the African braiders, never wanted to braid my hair. They're like, oh, Lord, here she comes. And my daughter, too. You know, my daughter has great hair.
So I made it a personal decision of mine to just do my hair at home, no matter what. So pretty much me and my daughter do our hair at home and have been for years. So being educated about our hair, then we have to figure out what products we're going to use. And so I like to be cost effective. I use products that both of our hair could use, especially when she was younger. I used products for my hair and I would use those same products for her hair. Especially when she got past that little girl stage, 4, 5, 6, she can use stuff for kids. But then when she got older, I just used some things for her. So I made sure that the things I used on her hair and the things I used on my hair were pretty well good quality hair care products. Now, do I care of black owned versus non-black owned? I want to say yes, but not really. Um, and it's only because when I started, there was not that many options, and now, oh, you got to use only black owned products. I use what works for my hair. Now, if that thing happens to be a black owned company, that's fine. I've used Carol's daughter's products for years, and I know she's not black owned anymore, but I used Talia Waji's products for years. So I will try different things. I still try different things, and whatever works for my hair works for my hair.
Now, some things that work for my hair, other people are like, ew, I don't want to use that.
So you have to decide what products you're going to use. So that's the second thing I want to talk about, is whether you're going to use old school products or new on-trend products. An on-trend product that I like is As I Am. I like Cantu. I do like Cantu. I don't care what other people say. I like Cantu. I used some of their leave-in conditioner treatment for my twist outs. I used to use that a lot. Did I use it all the time? Sometimes you can use a product and it works well for your hair for a season, and then it stops working. So that's why you do have to continue to change your product sometimes to make sure it still works for you. The other thing is I tried Shea Moisture. It's okay. I don't really, whoever wants to use it. My daughter has Shea Moisture products right now. She uses it. I like to stick to Carol's daughter right now. Carol's daughter, Cream of Nature. And now that I have locks, I'm doing more very clear products, things that won't leave a buildup, sulfate free, no phosphates. I'm doing more of that now. So I use very light products on my hair. But when I was natural, loose natural, I had a bad shrinkage problem. My hair would shrink. It still does, because when I started, my hair was down here. Straight. If it was straight, it'd be down here. But because of shrinkage, it shrinks all the way up here. And having locks, it shrinks even more. So I just do what works. I do try to be ingredient conscious, but I use what works. And finally, very important, is your hair care routine. I think that's the most important thing to do for your hair than the products themselves, because you can always find good homemade products, good cheap products, or cost-effective products, and good expensive products. You can always find good products, but your routine is what gets your hair in its thing and helps it to do better and to grow better. So I typically, as a loose natural, wash my hair once a week because I put products on my hair. So when you put products on your hair, you got to get the products out. And now that I'm locked, I still wash my hair once a week. Natural hair needs water. And so to deprive it by not washing your hair so often
and saying, oh, it's too much, I don't want to wash my hair, you're doing your hair a disservice, because natural hair loves water.
So your hair routine is very important. Some people swear by LCO. Some people swear by LOC. I used to use the LOC method as a loose natural, but before I did swear by the LOC method. And that was great for my protective styling when I twisted up my hair and did things like that. And I did that, and that worked for me. And I did a twist out. That was my style of choice, was a twist out. And I trimmed my hair.
You would hate for you guys who are, you must blow your hair out and straighten it before you trim it.
When I would see these little balls in my hair, at the ends of my hair, that's when I would just snip those off and just do my whole head like that. And that was my trim. But typically we just cut our own hair. We do it whenever we need to do it. And so
that was the other thing about going to the hairdresser. You say, oh, let me get a trim. And next thing you know, your hair is all the way up to here. And they didn't listen to you. So a lot of that was not feeling loved as a customer. A lot of that back in the day, they were trying to get you in and get you out. And sometimes I'd spend 5 hours in there, and then it rained. And then my hair would be a big poof ball after that. So no.
I'm doing my hair at home. That's just me. And all these things that I'm telling you is stuff that worked for me. I can't say what will work for you. This is just some guidance. In case you were looking for some guidance, this is some guidance. And that's it, you guys. I think I've talked enough. This thing is almost 20 minutes. I'm going to have a hard time editing this. But hopefully this helped you guys. And until next time, stay wookie.